Alright guys, so we're back today, and today we're going to be talking about the NBA draft. And as you guys know, right before the draft that day, the Washington Wizards traded Chris Paul to the Warriors, my team. And so they traded Jordan Poole and a few other draft picks to pick up Chris Paul. I think that is a pretty good trade. Just thinking about how you would have Chris Paul, Steph, Clay, Wiggins, and Looney. That is very small ball, but you have that all right there together. That is going to help your Warriors out a lot, and they can, as you guys know in the last video, I was starting to say like might not be that good. It might be some rebuilding years, but right now they're looking pretty good. So yeah, that's a good. So also the NBA draft was, and as you guys knew, they were going to pick Victor Wembanyama as the first pick. And like me and Tyler said in our one video that we talked about the draft, they ended up picking Brandon Miller instead of Scoot Henderson at number 2, which I thought was really smart, because why, if you have LaMelo Ball on that Hornets team starting right there, why would you want Scoot Henderson to come in as your other point guard to like that? You don't want 2 point guards like that. So, I mean, the Trailblazers, it's kind of the same situation, but everybody thinks they're going to trade Dame away. So if they do that, they can have Scoot as their point guard, and it can be a rebuilding, which they've always did. They're always a real rebuilding team because they've never been really good. Right now they have some pieces like Shaedon Sharpe, Jeremy Grant, and some other guys just to help them out like that. But right now with Dame, they really can't do nothing. So I think the best thing you can do is trade him away to get another superstar that you can have come help you out. So as you guys know, Cam Whitmore from Villanova, he was supposed to be one of the higher picks. He went 20th, I'm pretty sure, right there. That is pretty crazy because, like, we were all expecting him to go a little higher. I was just looking over here. I forgot to introduce him. He films my videos sometimes. This is my little brother. So, yeah, but Cam, that's crazy how he went so far up there. And so, yeah, my boy Cason Wallace, as you guys know, I liked him because he's from Kentucky. He ended up going 10th. He was traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was drafted to the Magic, I'm pretty sure, and then was traded to the Thunder. So he'll be playing with another Kentucky player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, with Josh Giddey and all them. And, yeah, that'll just help him out. Also, if you guys know, Oscar Tshiebwe from Kentucky did not get picked. That is a pretty sad thing for us Kentucky fans. He really should have stayed with us this year and helped us. He should have went last year for his sake, and he really didn't help Kentucky out that much this year. It would have helped everybody else if he would have went last year. So, yeah, we also had the last pick of the draft. Oscar was projected to go the last pick of the draft to the Bucks, but ended up Chris Livingston from Kentucky went to the Bucks, the last pick. He's a forward, I think small forward. He was a really good player this year. He's another freshman like Cason Wallace. But, yeah. You guys know how history was made. In the top 5 yesterday, you had Azar Thompson and Amen Thompson drafted at 4 and 5. And that is pretty big because both of them, we thought they were going to be like 3 picks apart and something like that, and they went right behind each other. I was watching one video on, I can't remember which one it was, but he said, yeah, like he gets a PlayStation, I got to buy a new one. It's like a bad divorce. Everything it goes to him. And yeah, it was pretty funny. So, yep. There's just a few more guys. It was a pretty interesting night to see, like Nick Smith Jr. and I don't remember who the other guy was, but they went like the last picks in the first round. And yeah, everybody was kind of shocked about that. You had a few good guys though go, and so it's going to be pretty cool to see the future of the NBA hold out this year. We haven't talked about the Kristaps Porzingis trade yet. The Boston Celtics, it was a 3-team trade. He went to the Celtics from the Wizards. Somehow the Marcus Smart got to the Grizzlies, and I don't know who the Wizards got out of that, but they should have got somebody at least, because that Marcus Smart, he is a good player on the Celtics. He's been there for a while. He's been their 6th man for a while. but he needed to go somewhere else. The Celtics they were a good team for him, but he's never won anything there. I like Marcus Smart pretty good. I hate the Celtics, but I like him. Kristaps Porzingis, they might end up winning it this year. If you have Derek White as your point guard, you have Jaylen Brown as your shooting guard, you have Jason Tatum as your small forward, you have Kristaps as your power forward, and you have Al Horford as your center. Or I think they switched that up. I think Kristaps is your center and Al Horford is your power forward, something like that. But yeah, that'll be a really good team. As I was talking about the Warriors, that's going to be really small ball played. I would say if you do that, they need to get Draymond Green back. They need to get somebody like Draymond Green that can come help them out on defense. Because with Chris Paul and Curry as your two, that's going to be rough to play. They're going to both be really good, but there ain't going to be no defense played. The other team's going to be scoring a lot on them. Ashton's another Warriors fan, so what do you think about that trade?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good? Nah, he's a little camera shy. So yeah, guys, so that right there was a pretty good trade. I like it. A lot of people saying it was an awful trade, but I think it's pretty good. I think now let's go back to the Celtics. I don't like them, but let's talk about them. I think now that you have Kristaps Porzingis, I think you max out Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I'm just saying that's how they're going to win. You keep them both, and you keep that lineup that I told you, Derek White, you have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps, and Al. That lineup right there can really help you out in the future. And if you just keep everybody on that on your team right now with that right there, that you will be a contender again this year, which you've been for 3 years now. The Warriors beat you the first year. This year the Heat came in and they were just unstoppable until the finals. And yeah, so let's talk about I think it was Chris Middleton declined his offer. He pulled a Draymond Green right there, so he's going to unrestricted free agency this year. And the Bucks really need to get him back. He's been Giannis's duo for so long now, and he really just has helped them out so much. And that's how they won in 2021, was him and Giannis and Holiday just working. This year, the Bucks, you would have thought would have won it all, or the Nuggets, but they got beat by the Heat. That Heat team was just too good. And so, yeah, but the Bucks, if they could pick him up and get another piece somehow this year. I mean, if Chris Livingston from Kentucky comes in this year, I mean, he might not be an awesome superstar, but I watched him at Kentucky, and he has potential. I know he went the last pick in the second round, but he has a lot of potential. I'm not being biased because he's a Kentucky person, but he has the potential to be a great player. He won't be a GOAT contender, but he will be a awesome player in the future. He will be a good role player if he just sticks with it, and if the Bucks give him a chance right there. Yeah, he could really help Giannis out. And that would be pretty cool going to play with Giannis right there. So he should really play hard and try to stay with that team right there. So yeah, that's a lot of the stuff that's happened lately that I was going to talk about. All right, well, that's going to wrap this video up. Guys, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. We'll keep putting more content out there. All right, see ya.